On YouTube land, it's Lord Bear 90 coming at you with another vlog, and a very special late vlog. And by special late, I mean this is a self-anointing birthday video, because 2 weeks ago, June 25th, was my 23rd birthday. Woohoo! What to talk about? Number one, I'm wearing one of my birthday presents. I got two of these. This one, and my really personal favorite, this one. For those of you who are familiar with the anime Bleach, you know what these characters are. But this one is my personal favorite because it says on the front, "Get in touch with your inner hollow." I am, for those of you who are subscribed to me, who know me in person, personally, you guys all know for a fact that especially when I get hyper, I tend to become very insane and very crazy and very psychotic in a lot of ways. I'm looking at you guys, Sweet Pea Krista 12. I think that's your username. I haven't looked at your account in a while, but you know who you are. Amethyst 217. I want to say those are the numbers, and yours. I'm not very good with numbers. Let's see, who else is subscribed to me that knows me personally? Rhizopolis 555. Those guys know me personally because most of them live in either my hometown or close to my hometown. When I get hyper, I get very, very crazy. I get very psychotic and very insane and very fun to be around. I'm very fun to be around when I get hyper. And you guys that I mentioned the names of, you guys all know that all too well. Especially Rhizopolis and Sweet Pea Krista. They know that more than anybody that are subscribed to me personally. Because they've known me for years. Sweet Pea Krista and Rhizopolis have both known me for at least 8 years each. 8 years each. So they both know how crazy I can be when I get hyper and how insane I can be when I'm hyper. I actually have a saying that I go by. When I'm alone, I tend to become hyper. When I'm hyper, I tend to become borderline insane. And when I'm borderline insane, I tend to be freaking awesome! So for those of you who are subscribed to me, who know me personally, who have known me in the past, whether it be in school or other events personally, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean. Everybody else, you have no idea. But anyway, to explain these t-shirts, I'm very, very, very into an anime called Bleach. And for those of you who are Bleach fans who are subscribed to me, you know who this character is very well. This is Ichigo Kurosaki in his Vasto Lourdes full holification form. Vasto Lourdes. For anybody who actually can speak Spanish, please comment below and let me know what Vasto Lourdes means, because I have no freaking idea. I do apologize if I do seem a little too hyper tonight. I've had a lot of sugar all day. I've had two Pepsis today, and they have a lot of sugar in them. Just one bottle has a lot of sugar in them. I'm surprised I haven't had a bladder infection yet. That part you didn't need to know. Anyway, I really like both of these shirts. My favorite characters from Bleach are Inner Hollow Ichigo, which is basically this guy, Ichigo himself, Toshiro Hitsugaya, mainly because he and I are a lot alike in personality in a lot of ways. Those of you who like Bleach, who know me personally and know who Toshiro Hitsugaya is, you know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean. My other favorite characters are Renji Abarai and Byakuya Kuchiki. Renji because he has possibly one of the most unique Zanpakutos and Bankais of all the other Soul Reapers in the entire show. Another reason why I like the show so much is because it's got a long freaking story. I mean, it's one of those shows that if you haven't seen the very first episode, and you suddenly start watching it like towards the tail end, like either in the middle of it or towards like 3/4 of the way into the show, you're not going to understand what the heck's going on. You're going to be completely lost. I started watching Bleach in season 3, when season 3 first came out. When the main characters, Ichigo, Renji, Rukia, Chad, and it was those. I think it was a fifth guy, and I can't remember who it was. They all went into the land of the Hollows, which is Hueco Mundo. Again, a Spanish word. Somebody who can speak Spanish, please tell me what these words mean. I'm going to say some words that revolve around some of the characters that are Spanish words. Anybody who can speak Spanish, please let me know what those words mean. There are 3 types of hollows. The regular hollows, which have a Spanish name that I can't seem to remember at this point. The Menos Grande. I know Grande means large, but I don't know what Menos means. And then there's Vasto Lorde. Again, please tell me what these words mean. And then there's other forms of hollows who are the combination of hollows and soul reapers due to basically a fusion experiment by one of the characters named Sosuke Aizen, who is a soul reaper. Anyway, and these particular characters are known as Arancars. Again, I don't know what these mean. Comment below, let me know. That unintentionally rhymed. Anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, I really like the show, and I've been a fan of it since 2009. A very close friend of me by the name of Brian, I'm not going to say his last name, he knows who he is if he happens to see this. He got me started on watching the show back in 2009 when the show was already like into season 3. Like season 3 or season 4. I mean, it was already really deep into the show, where all the main characters have already been established and the story goes on, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, it's a really good show, and for those of you who like the show, comment below, tell me your reasons why you like the show, who your favorite characters are, and why. Anyway, on to my next topic, Transformers. A lot of people that are subscribed to me really like the show. Or shows, I should say. Hang on a second, I got a bug in my room. I apologize, there was a big, giant beetle crawling on my floor. I don't like bugs. Hang on a second. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, Transformers. A lot of the people that are subscribed to me, which is not a lot, I only have like 9 subscribers right now, maybe 10, if the person I'm talking to on Facebook subscribes to me, which by the time this video comes up, he's probably already subscribed to me, I don't know. Anyway, I have recently made some purchases. About a week before my birthday, I bought 2 new characters, 2 new figures. I bought Onslaught, who is the main body torso for Generations Fall of Cybertron Bruticus. I'm currently waiting to get Swindle and Brawl. Usually I'll have Blastoff and Vortex as the legs so that he'll actually be able to stand. Because let's face it, he looks really ridiculous with just his arms and no legs. Because, I mean, standing, yeah, kind of impossible. Unless you put these guys in their leg modes. But I really like this guy so far, and I'm hoping at some point to get some extra cash where I can finish Bruticus and be done with it. I do intend that after I get all five of the figures together to make Bruticus, I do intend to do a 6-part video review series of this guy, of Bruticus. My other addition to my collection, which is my newest addition, Generations Voyager class Springer. This is my very first experience with Springer. I don't have, the only G1 toy that I actually have is my 2007 BotCon Pepsi Edition Optimus Prime. That is the only G1 style figure I have. The only one I had before that was G1 Red Alert, who is now in the possession of Night/2020, one of my really good friends here on YouTube. Out of the goodness of my heart, I decided I was going to send my G1 Red Alert to Night/2020 back in 2008. So it's been 5 years since I had that figure. I sent that to him because at the time he actually admitted that he didn't have a lot of G1 characters or G1 toys at the time. He had a lot when he was growing up as a kid, but in his current collection at that time he didn't really have a lot. He only had like maybe a handful. So I decided, you know what? He's been awesome as a person to talk to, and he makes really good videos and really great stop motions. I'm gonna just for the heck of it, I'm gonna send him one of my figures. I decided I was gonna go ahead and send him my G1 Red Alert, and ever since then, I don't regret sending it to him because he really enjoyed it. He actually made a review about a week later, basically thanking me for sending it to him. It's actually because of that review on my old original account, LordBear90, that I actually got more subscribers, just because that the people subscribed to him heard him mention my name a few times in the video. They subscribed to me just because of that. But that wasn't my intention. It just happened to fall in the right place. Anyway, I don't have any G1 figures except for the Pepsi Edition 2007 BotCon Optimus Prime. I want to try to get as many of the G1 triple changers as I possibly can, including Blitzwing, Springer, Astro Train, the Commemorative series, the black and white version, because I'm not a G1 fan, but I see a lot of people reviewing a lot of the older toys, a lot of the original toys, and some of them look really neat, and I would really like to have some of them, especially the triple changers. I don't know what it is, but the triple changers really attract to me for some reason. I guess it's because they're very, very optional in having more than one alternate mode besides their main robot form. And in some cases, there are even quadruple changers, quintuple changers, and there's even a specific character named Six Shot, I do believe. He is a 6 changer. He has 6 modes: a tank mode, a car mode, a jet mode, a wolf mode, a cougar mode. No, a cougar and drag. It's either a wolf or a cougar. A gun mode, and a robot mode. 6 different modes. And that's a G1 toy from the 80s. They had to have a lot of ingenuity put into that to even make it possible. Most toys today, especially Transformers, they don't have that kind of ingenuity anymore. The movie lines had that feel because of their complexity. Most of them actually feel more like the alternators, which brings me to the next point. I've never had an alternator. I plan to get a couple. The first one I plan to get is the red Jeep Robar. That's the first one I intend to get if I ever get some cash. Anyway, back to Springer. Yeah, I went into a long rant again. This video is going on longer than I want. It's going to take forever to load. I really like this guy, especially his car mode and his helicopter mode. Especially thanks to Optibotimus. Springer's helicopter mode, I actually had mistransformed, especially in this section on his arms. Thanks to Optibotimus, with his recent review of the remold of this guy, of Sandstorm, he mentioned that even he had this guy mistransformed in the arms for the helicopter mode. You're supposed to fold them over. I'll get to that when I review this guy, which will be my next video after this. But, yeah, there's not much to say. There's not really much else I can say. I plan to make more reviews. I plan to do a lot more reviews of all of my toys that I have, of all my figures. I'm going to actually do a redo review of some of the figures that I actually did cover on my original account, because let's face it, you're not going to want to watch those old videos again. I'm also going to do a redo video of my Darth Vader lightsaber that I bought from Walmart a year ago. Solely because I want to. And I'm a big Star Wars fan. Darth Vader is my favorite character. I don't give a darn how many people make asthma jokes about him. I actually get offended with those jokes because I have asthma. I don't seem like it or sound like it, but I've got it. I'm a lot better than I used to be because my symptoms don't come as often as they used to. And matter of fact, most of the time they're gone. The only time they really come back is especially in the summertime when there's a lot of pollen in the air. Anyway, again, I'm rambling because I'm hyper as crap. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video now because it's longer than I really wanted. It's not long. It's not as long as my original take. This is my second take doing this. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and I'm going to go ahead and try to upload it and see how long it takes to load. And I will see you either later on tonight or tomorrow when I review Generations Springer. This is Lord Bear 90 signing off for now.